And yeah, now, thank you. Now you can see, business partners, that we are looking at the position of BTC. This particular account trades on both Binance and HTX. There's something that I wanted to do actually for highlights so that I don't keep on uh, having to make a screenshot and so forth. But now that I recall that, yeah, time failed me. However, I should be able to do it after this session. So, business partners, you can see that we are currently under Binance. It's at the top left corner there. There's a drop down arrow there. If you would click there, you'll see many exchanges. So, and we also did highlight previously that you can trade on all of the exchanges that are listed in Royal Q simultaneously, with that only 120 USDT or US dollars, business partners. For the whole year, you have the ability to connect Royal Q to all these exchanges and let trading be done for you, be handled for you, by the AI, and then everything triggered for you in real time, business partners. Imagine for you to have trading capital in all of these exchanges will certainly be a question of affordability. It's just as simple as that. But at the moment on this particular account, it's trading on both Binance and HTX. So we're going to be looking at that, and just quickly come and say do not disturb. Hopefully it's going to work. Do not disturb, and then so that I don't get calls during this session, business partners. Now, looking at this, you can see with regards to this Bitcoin, we're going to do something on Bitcoin. Bitcoin will still go. We will still go into Bitcoin. This Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now 93. I'm not happy with this, but at the same time, I'm okay with it because it's trading. So, meaning that when you trade, understand that the opposite may be the reality. It's just as simple as that. You are not powerful enough as an individual, even if you were Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. You don't have enough power to block the markets or to influence the market in your favor all the time. Highly impossible. Highly impossible. And with that being said, it means what controls the direction of the market? It's monies that are being transacted, monies that are being put into the asset that you are trading, or monies that are being sucked out. That is going short, that is selling the asset, dumping the asset. And mostly people dump it not because they want to use the money. It could be that they want to sell it off now with an intent to buy it later much cheaper. If someone is convinced that BTC is going down to 90,000, 90,000 US dollars, and it's currently at 93. Someone can say, you know what? Let's say you're having a full Bitcoin. Let me sell it now at $93,668.25. Let me sell it now so that I will buy it back at 90,000. What does that mean? It means this person would have made a profit of $3,368.25. If a person were to go short now, you sell it off, and then you're going to buy it back at 90,000. You see? It means you will still be having a full Bitcoin to your wallet in your spot account there. Binance, if it's Binance you are using, you'll still be having full Bitcoin, but you would have actually be having or enjoyed an amount of that. It's actually 3,000, yes, $3,368. That would be money that you have, that you would have pocketed, for instance. So it is just as simple as that. So because you will be having a full unit of Bitcoin, and you are convinced that this thing is going down, will continue to decline, and then what you can do is release it now, and then you have the whole $93,368.25, so that later when BTC perhaps within 2 days or so, it might happen that it will kiss 90,000. And you are able to even give an instruction to the robot that at the of 90,000, I want to buy, you know, you want to buy 100%. And then that's what is going to happen, you know, when the market hits 90,000, the robot is going to place your order and you're going to be having a unit of BTC. So it is just what it is. So now it's not always the case that people just want to sell because they are in need of cash. No, people are just actually taking advantage of price movement. And yeah, that's beautiful. So now with what we are seeing here, business partners, we're going to literally work on this. But before actually I come back to this, you can see at the bottom left we have 20, rather, how much is that? $223.78. That is USDT. That is the asset, or that is the pricing currency that we have, or the code currency that we have. That is the currency that we're going to be using to buy some more Bitcoin after this dip. So I'm very confident that there are a lot of people who are actually floating with this particular position here, who have around minus 11, minus 12, minus 13, minus 10, and so forth. Earlier, the account that I was in is currently at minus 3%. Why is it at minus 3%? Because more money was put earlier when BTC was trading around 95,000. 95,000, because the thought by then was for it to go up. It went a little bit up. That position enjoyed a very small floating profit, and obviously one didn't want to scalp that because I've just been very optimistic that this thing ought to pump. But this is what is happening at the moment. So it means now what I wanted to collect as a profit within a day, I might actually need to extend that to 2 or 3 days or even more, business partners, and just hold the position just like that. So now, although there are other positions, that will take profits within the same position that is in a floating loss of minus 3%. But the position we are in is in a floating loss of minus 11.24%. Why is this like this, business partners? Simply because average price is 104,898 US dollars. So on the other position where the return rate or unrealized PNL, unrealized PNL is sitting at minus 3%. Its average price is around 90. It's around 95,000 US dollars, business partners. But at the moment, look at where the market is. The market is where it is, and hence I told you that position is actually sitting at minus 3, and you can see it for yourself. It means today Bitcoin went down by an average rate of minus 3.03%. So that is why that particular position is currently floating at minus 3%. You see, I was so confident, I was convinced that BTC will pump. In fact, the take profit target there was 5%. But instead of 5%, the market has issued minus 3%. Something that was so close into going into profit has been pushed further downwards by minus 3%, and it is okay. It is okay. So it means now for that position, because more on all USDT, actually that's just a small amount of USDT on that position. It means now the prayer is for market to recover by plus 3%. Let me even use a nice color for this. It means now I want the market to do what? I want the market to do this, business partners, to issue, is it plus 3%? If the market goes up by plus 3%, it's going to cancel this. It's going to cancel this minus 3%, for instance. It means that position is going to break even. That position will neither be in a floating loss nor a floating profit. It will be on a 0%. It means no losses and no gains, and which is something that I'm looking forward to. But I will still hold the position because I'm optimistic. I'm optimistic, and I know this is BTC, and I know also things are actually building up towards Donald Trump's inauguration, and I believe monies are going to be released accordingly. And then that is what it is, business partners. But anything can happen even within today. Always be expectant, and I think also be optimistic. It's good, business partners, as a trader. You can't hold an asset you do not believe in. So now let's quickly look at this together. Let's look at this together. We have position number 17 here. Position number 17, business partners, on the numbers of call margin, we have position number 17. I would like us to cruise, actually. We don't need to take much time here because I want us to also touch the issue of candlesticks. I've seen it's very important. Leader Zulu is here. We're going to learn something. Also, Miguel also was asking some questions on candlesticks and so forth. And I think we need to we're going to have a day whereby we just dedicate our session on candlesticks, and then we would like to make it more interactive so that each and every one of us are on the same page with regards to price action, business partners. It's very important. So now, looking at this, you can see that as the market was going down up to minus 11.49% return rate here, the robot kept on buying and buying and buying, and it bought to the depth of 17 calls. It kept on buying quantities, and here, if I click here, you're going to see those quantities. Remember, quantitative trade, right? Royal Q. That Q is for quantifying. It's for the quantities that we are buying at certain prices, and we will be selling them at higher prices according to market movement. You see, current price, it means price now. It means price now. It means where the market is at the moment. When we say Bitcoin today, we know that Bitcoin is something that is lesser than 100K. It's just as simple as that. But we also know that it hit the higher high of 108,000. 108,000. We can go and check it. So what does that mean? It means Bitcoin is volatile. It goes up and it goes down. And then we have a system of super intelligence, and to be specific, of artificial intelligence that is negotiating prices on our behalf, buying low, selling high, and also making sure that it only collects profits for us. And that is Royal Q, ladies and gentlemen. Now, you can see here that averagely all the money that we have put into this position, it was due to 100, and it was when the price of BTC was trading around $104,896 and cent there. So now, looking at this, business partners, it means we have an opportunity to now actually place another margin call. We have to do this because we are trading under manually create on our trade settings. It's very important to note that, we can use smart create, but smart create will require much more money, like it will require around $3,060 business partners. Think about this. $3,060 to trade one coin. That is according to the smart create of Royal Q. If you add those figures together, you will need something around $3,060 to trade one coin without you having to have to do what we are doing at the moment. But there's always a way out. Affordability shouldn't be an issue for anybody who literally wants to change their life. It's just as simple as that. And that's exactly what we are doing. However, it will require much more of your time in terms of having to tweak the settings and so forth and always come out victoriously. That's what we are here for. So now, business partners, the robot has already taken 17 margin calls. If you were to check, look at the fifth call. The fifth call, remember, averagely, the whole position is sitting at 104,896 US dollars and 1 cent there. However, we do have sub-bin. We are trading under SBM RTS. That is an acronym for sub-bin mode real-time settlement. So now what is happening here is that call number 5 has its own average price isolated from the whole position, which is an average price of 106,775 US dollars and 69 cents. So now the robot will wait until the current price crosses above that, so that position number 5's quantity is now actually in a floating profit. You know, when the market reaches 106 and above, you know, more than 106,775 US dollars and 69 cents, that particular quantity is going to be in profit. But now let's rush straight down. For instance, look at what is happening around call number 14. The 14th call shows us that the average price is $98,156.86. So which means the robot was actually at work all the time. As the market was moving up and down, the robot was busy acquiring some quantities at different prices and so forth. And it was also actually collecting some profits in the process. You know, in the interim, it was busy collecting profits before the market can even cross above the main average, or rather the measure average price, which is the average price for the whole quantity for everything that is held in here, business partners. That is the big average price up there. So now we were at position number 14. Look at position number 16, 95,000. Look at position number 17, business partners. Position number 17, can you see that it has gotten in at around, when the market was trading, that is Bitcoin, was trading around 93,592 US dollars and 70 cents. So what does this mean? It means this particular call was actually placed not long ago, because you and I know very well, there's evidence even in our WhatsApp group that I did actually share earlier when BTC was trading around 95 earlier today. You know, I can't recall exactly what time actually I shared that, but I know that BTC was trading around 95. So this particular position, I'm confident that it was actually taken today in the afternoons actually. And I can still go and check this from transaction records or from the news where we get the alerts or the updates. I will know exactly what time this was taken. So now with this being said, business partners, I don't think, let me just quickly do the charging of this. So now what will happen, business partners, is this. I'm just looking at the quantities that are actually held by this board. And then what I will do is make a decision, make a decision on what I need to do further. Remember, previously I did highlight that when you trade with a limited asset, please don't find yourself neutralizing your power by distributing your small capital across different coins, whereby you end up being trapped in so many coins, massive floating losses, and you are not able to actually redeem yourself in any way. So we don't want that. So what I will do is I'm not going to run to another coin. No, I will trade this very coin. I see BTC is now 93,000. A small amount was entered into, but now for this particular account, I'm intending to put $100 here. I'm still thinking that this BTC can go to 92, can go to 91. It can go to 90,000. I pray that it does not break below 90,000. It's my prayer, it's my prayer. It's just as simple as that. But hey, anything can happen. This is market. But I pray that it does not break below 90,000. I literally don't want to see 89,000. But it can be issued because I'm just talking. I'm not blocking that with massive um, money to go into this. I don't have that. But it is what it is. Anything can happen. When we trade with that open mind, business partners. So now what I'm intending to do now is to get position number 18 after this 17 to go into the market, but not with $12 or with $11 as it is now. No, I want the robot to go in with $100 business partners. And then it's because I can see what is happening at the moment, and this is what we want to achieve. Let's quickly take a calculator so that we get our ratio, or the fraction that is going to be used in multiplication with our first buying amount. So if $100 is what I want to be put or to be used in buying a certain amount of Bitcoin. So let me use the first buying amount so that I know how much, when the robot makes its own calculations, it will use that multiple buy-in ratio. That ratio is going to be used against the first buying amount in multiplication. So I just take $100 and then I divide by 12 business partners. So now I understand that what will happen is I can even just round it off to 8.4, as you can see yourself. 12 divided by rather $100 divided by $12, or 100 divided by 12, it gives us 8.3. Let's just actually round it off to 8.4, for instance. Many people may ask, if I take 8.33 multiplied by 12, look at what we get. You see, we get 99.96. You see, and also in terms of the final figures to be fulfilled by the exchange, it may not be an exact amount as such. That is why we always have dust on the exchanges side, and we convert such dust to the native coins of those exchanges. Like in Binance, you'll convert those negligibly small assets to BNB, for instance, thereby accumulating your BNB. And in the long run, you're going to have some good purchasing power. And you can use that to buy maybe Bitcoin, or to increase your trading capital, or to convert that portion of BNB to your USDT, so that you can then increase your positions inside your Royal Q business partners. Now, looking at this, you can see that it's then best for me to say 8.4 multiplied by 12. Now you can see that it gives me around 180 cents. At times it can also be 100 on the dot, or even lesser than 180 cents, maybe 140, and so forth. But I prefer 8.4. I prefer just rounding off figures, and then in terms of the decimals, and it makes much better conversions. So now let's quickly go back to Royal Q. We know for us, for the robot to buy for us inside the exchange with an amount of $100, our multiple buy-in ratio, that is the $100 or the money that you want to put, you divide it by what? You divide it by the first buying amount. In this case, our first buying amount is $12. And then you are able to see it on strategy info highlighted in blue there. You can see the first buying amount is $12 below strategy details there. For those who are using iOS, that is iPhone operating system, I'm telling you, these headings, this categorization of information is not there. And then I don't know whether they're still working on the iOS app or not, or what, I don't know, but I prefer this one of Android. For me, it's just nice. So at the bottom left, you can see a trade setting. I will click there on trade setting, business partners. And when I click on trade setting, a trade settings page appears. Now you can check at the top, we have manually create. So somebody please must not go around telling people that, hey, Royal Q is difficult. No, it's not difficult. It's just that we are under manually create. You can just come into Royal Q, use smart create, and everything will be done for you just by a click away, and then the system will place your margins, you will not need to do what we are doing at the moment. So it's optional for you to go to either Smart Create, where everything is just done for you in a smart manner. You don't need to go up and down like we are doing at the moment, but it's a question of affordability. If you can't afford to trade via Smart Create, then you go to manually create. And manually, it means you have to put in some work. It's just as simple as that. And that's what we are happy to do. And that's why we attend this kind of sessions. People with money literally are not attending our meetings. We have people in Royal Q, even in our team, who are trading with massive capitals. They don't even have time for meetings. They don't even, and we are happy actually to serve them because they buy and sell in huge quantities. So it's just as simple as that. They are at a level whereby their monies work for them. Ladies and gentlemen, now let's go to, and even yourself, take time to go to Smart Create and you will see how nicely everything is set there, and you will not need to do what we are doing. So under manually create, we're going to place our margin call number 18. Please do not forget, multiple buy-in ratio 8.4. We've already calculated that. This particular session is recorded, so you'll also be able to play back and check exactly what happened. So you can see margin call limit is 28. So but at the moment 17 taken, we are going for the 18th. We are going for the 18th call. So what is going to happen, business partners, we have to go to margin configuration so that we configure this manually for ourselves. You can see margin configuration. I'm clicking there and I don't waste time. I go straight to number 18. I go straight to number 18 because Bitcoin has actually gone down. And in fact, let me do this because this continues to go down. Let me not edit whilst the position is live. Let me go and pause so that number 18 does not get taken while I'm busy trying to set up this. I don't want to repeat these settings. I'm happy number 17, it's still there. What I will do, business partners, I will click at the bottom right where you see pause in red. I click there and then stop strategy, confirm the suspension strategy, sure. Now that I've just done that, the red button of pause has changed to the blue one, which is activate. Now, I'm not going to activate now. I will click at the bottom left of the activate button, which is trade setting. When I click there, it will take me straight to the trade settings page. Under manually create, we go to margin configuration. And when we get there, business partners, we'll do something very simple. We know the margin call number we are looking for. We know it. It's number 18. So we are not all over the show. These other calls are taken. It's history. They are taken. Their quantities are held by the board. So now we go to 18th call and I get there. I want this call to be placed immediately. And then I'm going to go by applying the smallest margin call drop. You can see the heading on top left is margin call drop. So I just put 0.1%. That is the smallest margin call drop Royal Q is willing to take. And what I will do, business partners, is this. Because I don't want to pause. I don't want to pause. I don't want to pause the margin calls. But at the same time, business partners, I don't want the robot to take call number 19 until I want to take it. So what I will do is I make call number 19 impossible to reach, or impossible to trigger, or impossible to be taken by simply placing 99%. Impossible, business partners, for Bitcoin to drop by 99%. So it's not feasible. It won't happen. It won't happen. It's as simple as that. So now I make call number 19 to have 99%, and then so that the robot has the ability to collect profit of these other calls. That is call number 17, 16, 15, because these calls are smaller amounts. You have seen it. You have seen them. They've gotten in with $11, $12 or so. So I want the robot to continue playing around with those smaller quantities. But for call number 18, the one that we are coming in with $100, where we are coming in with $100, I would like to take at least a 5% here. I would like to take 5% here, and this is what I'm intending to take, and I'm willing to wait for that. But these other calls in the interim, I want them to be running, in and out, being cycled by the bot, but I don't want the bot to continue to utilize the remainder of our USDT. It's just as simple as that. So now number 19 is going to be on 99. And then, so let's then get the multiple buy-in ratio. Look at the heading on top. When you do Royal Q, please, if you read all the information on each and every page, is actually self-explanatory. You will know exactly what needs to be done and so forth. So it's amazing, business partners. Even I was talking to business partner Giriboni during the day today, that actually when you check in Royal Q, on the deposit page, yes, on the deposit page of Royal Q, when you select the network or the chain net, for instance, they are saying on top there, deposit USDT only. Deposit USDT only. But we tend to not read what we see, and it is just what it is, business partners. But it is well, we are growing. So now looking at here on the right hand side, you see these two columns. Now we are under the column of multiple buy-in ratio. That ratio we already know is 8.4, and you've seen how actually we have calculated it. This is an interpretation of $100 that we want the robot to place for call number 18. So now here we are. I will click show at the bottom. And business partners, I don't want us to stop here. Now I go to distributed and take profit ratio, where these sub positions, you can see distributed and take profit allocation here. Rather, distributed and take profit allocation, it's for these calls to actually collect profit with the percentage targets that I put myself here. Now we go to call number 18, and I want call number 18 to go for 5% because it's $100. But 17, 16, 15, those ones have been running with $12, $11 or so. So let them continue playing around with those quantities. As BTC is running up and down, fluctuating like that, the bot will be buying and selling through and through. But for call number 18, because it's a better amount compared to the rest, so at least let's come out with 5%. Let's see. As it happens, then I click show. So now everything is done, and then we are now back to trade setting. Remember, we went to margin configuration. We arranged our call number 18 accordingly, and then we fixed the drop and the multiple buy-in ratio, and we've gone to distributed and take profit allocation. The rest of the settings are BAU. That is business as usual. Then I click save at the bottom because everything is okay, business partners. Now, with that being done, you can see that at the bottom right, we still have activate. And then look at the top right, 17 numbers of call, and then numbers of call margin. And then you can see, if you are to check the current price and check the return rate, they keep on changing, meaning that even though the position has been paused, the robot is still actually giving you readings in real time. The robot has not neglected its work. The robot is still working business. It has not abandoned the position. The position is still held. However, the robot cannot actively execute its trades, so which is something very good, so you still are able to see exactly if this position is in a floating profit or is in a floating loss. The robot is still giving you that information, even though the position is understopped. This particular position of BTC now is understopped. If I come out of it, you'll see it will be understopped, So, but we don't need to go there now. I'm looking at the time. I will click at activate at the bottom right, and then we are clicking on show. Now we have activated this. The blue button at the bottom right changes to red, pause, So now, business partners, with that being done, you will see here number 17 is still there, but the bot has already taken 18. I wanted to show you something, but I will show you in future. This system was faster. in actually executing this particular margin call, but there's something that we can still touch despite what transpired because it was swiftly triggered, So now look at these business partners, 18 numbers of call margin we have. Can you see? Yes, position amount has increased, and so is the position quantity. And not only that, there is also a reduction in return rate. So an increase in position amount is inversely proportional to the return rate. It means when you increase the amount, when you put more money into a position, you are literally reducing your return rate. It will take you a lesser effort in terms of market work. It will, like if you recall earlier, we had minus 11%, but now it's minus 8. So which means instead of waiting for the market to go up by 11% for your position to break even, now the market needs to do lesser. Just plus 8%, your position will break even. So that is what it is, business partners. It means the more money you put, the less effort it's going to take the market for you to go into profit. That is why they say money goes to where there's more money. Is that principle of saying those who have more will be added to them. And those who don't, even the little they have, will be taken away from them. So let's commit ourselves to making more money so that we have an advantage. I think, yeah, it is true. It is an advantage indeed, because money answers all. Money also answers floating loss. Money answers floating loss. Let me give you an example if you don't believe this. I'm going to click here, and then we're going to say, for instance, use $3,000. And let's see what will happen to this minus 8%. Let's quickly go and see the power of money, and we click there. You see a market price, and I put, they say amount of margin call, 3,000. Look at that. If I put 3,000 into this position, ladies and gentlemen, if I were to put 3,000 into this position, the market just needs to go up by plus 1.2%. Imagine, and it breaks even. That's why they say some people don't get arrested because they have money. There's innocent people with money going to court and so forth, and and their case is just dragging, and they keep on postponing and all those things because they have money. So money answers all, including whatever it is that you may think of. I don't want to talk too much. So, but now you can see business partners. Imagine with money, you will not need to suffer too much. Just a little move of the coin up. Of the market up. If the market goes up by 2.2%, you're going to be 1% in floating profit. 1% in floating profit, but it's going to be a floating profit of 3,000. It's going to be a floating profit of 3,491. Remember, position amount is $491.32. So if you put 3,000 now, this is amount of margin call. What will happen is your entire position will eventually be having $3,491.32. So when the market goes up by 2.2%, the robot can collect that 1%. You are out of the market, and it's highly possible that it can happen within today, before midnight, and then the position is out. But because that 3,000 is not there, you know what? We need to wait a bit longer. We need to wait a bit longer. And BTC, it's a massive asset, and the biggest crypto asset globally. More than trillion US dollars in it. So yeah, we have to just exercise patience for now. So now this is what it is, business partners. That is the power of money. That is the power of money, and we should literally appreciate that. We should appreciate that. And now there we are. I will click on sub-bin. When I go to sub-bin, look at what is happening. We now have position number 18. The 18th position, here it is. It has entered at an average price of $93,512.92. And you can see even the quantity, business partners. Look at its quantity, has only 2 zeros after comma. Is it 2 zeros after comma? But that one of small money has how many zeros after comma? 3. Very far from good value. So it shows you, when you don't have money, you have to deal with so many zeros in life. They're still coming, but nothing has been done as yet. So we need to push harder. We need to push harder. We need to sleep less and do more. So it is what it is, business partners. So, hey, money. So now here we are. Here we are. The position is held. I've shown you that we will take 5% from that. And not only that, just to recap, remember, position number 19, we placed margin call drop of 99. Let's go and check. And look at what is happening. Look at what is happening. Here's position number. This margin call drop is for the next call, which is margin call number 19. So we said after 99% drop, the robot can buy with 1 times, so which means it's not feasible, which means it's something that it's not practical. It won't happen, So as a result, our aim is for the robot not to buy again, but the robot to accrue in value for the position of what? To increase the value, yes, of position number 18, and then to allow position number 17 to collect profit and to go back into the market, to cycle, because position number 17 will go into profit, maybe 3% in profit. It will not be sold as yet, but position number 7 would have perhaps bought and sold several times, because we have seen that the average price of position number 17 and the average price of position number 18 are so much in close proximity. So which means they are both going to go into profit much faster than the rest. So this is what it is, business partners. But position number 17 will be cycling, going in and out, and 18 will only be cycled after 5% has been achieved. Now you can even see a margin call trigger price is impossible. It means BTC will be around $935. I mean, honestly, it's a dream. It don't happen that Bitcoin will, if it had, let me not even talk about it. Such won't happen. I can sell everything I have if BTC were to drop to that. I'm telling you, just to buy BTC. But such won't happen, and we just have to make peace with it. So now I'm looking at the time, business partners. Perhaps tomorrow we can now dwell more on candlesticks. A lot is going to be learned with candlesticks. And then let me show you the setting that we just put in place, the advantage of it, business partners. Now you can see, I just refreshed, I just clicked on the circular arrow here. This circular arrow, you can see, is in line with this blue horizontal line, which is for refreshing. It refreshes this balance. Now you can see I just cleared. We had $123 or so. Now $100 is out, and then it has gone into the position. It is held by position number 18, and then the robot is not going to tap into this $100. No, that one is just standby. It will be utilized after I have seen, the direction of the market, for instance. It's just as simple as that. So patience, and that's what it is. So now at the moment, let's go to revenue details and then just show you what has been happening. Revenue. No. Okay, are we here? Okay, it's still okay. We are here. It's fine, business partners. So when we go to revenue details, you can see there's been trading going on. You see, some monies are coming in and out as it happens like that, but they come in, profits are being generated according to manual strategy. Just like you see, I'm delaying that other money, from being taken because I want to trade what I see and not what I think as such. You see? Literally, I want the market to show me direction because even today, Bitcoin has shown me some flames. I never thought it will dip further, but it has just done it at minus 3%, and for me, it's big. It's huge for BTC to do that, it's, but I'm still at peace with it. Now, look, today is the 20, okay, today is the 23rd, yes. Look, the 23rd, some $25 was generated there, but that one comes from other activities. Now, look at this. If you are to check, can you see BTC? The same BTC was doing what? Was trading today. Can you see? It was collecting some profits. Is that strategy of cycling, buying and selling? And that's the reason why I want the robot to continue to trade with 17, number 18 will only come after 5% appreciation. But 17, 18 must continue doing what they were doing. Business as usual. You said this one is FTT. FTT, something was happening with FTT there. But these other ones, it must actually continue pushing. And you can see it's mainly BTC, business partners. It's mainly BTC that has always been collecting small profits. Small profits. But for that position number 18, 5% of $100 is $5. So now you can see literally it takes money to make money. Majority of us ought to literally not relax, business partners, up until we trade with hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's as simple as that. Imagine we are fighting to extract $5 out of a position of $100. No leverage trading. We don't trade with a loan. We didn't borrow money from a broker for us to do what we are doing. No contracts for difference here. You purely trade with what you have. If you're to trade with $10, imagine, if you trade with $10, imagine 100% of that. It will mean you're now going to be having $20 equity, but you still have to pay, profit sharing and so forth. So it means you'll be having $18, $18. No, think about it, business partners. So what I'm trying to say, literally, if you are to pay attention to the numbers, all of us will just actually motivate ourselves to literally work hard, and that's what it is. So because of time, we're not going to go into HTX. I'm looking at where we are at now, and we're going to be having a closing prayer just to thank God for what took place tonight. We always open in prayer 5 minutes past our starting time and 15 minutes past also. And I'm looking at the time, it's 27 minutes past. So we have